What if I told you there's a country in Europe that has been erased from the map, not once, but 3 times? A country invaded by knights, czars, emperors, Nazis, and Soviets. And yet, no matter how many times it was crushed, it always came back. This is Poland, a land that seems destined to be conquered, but never truly defeated. On the surface, Poland looks easy to invade. It's flat, open, and vulnerable from every direction. But what makes Poland fascinating isn't just how often it's been invaded. It's how impossible it has been to kill. So why does Poland keep getting conquered, yet never destroyed? To understand Poland's story, you have to start with geography. Look at a map of Europe. France has the Alps and the Pyrenees. Spain has mountains and seas. Switzerland is practically a fortress of rock. But Poland? It sits on the great European plain, one of the flattest, most open stretches of land on Earth. Nearly 90% of Poland is lowland terrain, with only gentle hills and rivers offering obstacles. No mountains guard its borders. No natural barriers slow down an invader. Instead, Poland is a corridor, a bridge between East and West. If you want to march an army from Germany to Russia, or from Russia to Germany, you go through Poland. And this is exactly what happened. For centuries, powerful neighbors treated Poland less like a country and more like a highway. The land itself invited invasion, but while the terrain made conquest easy, it also set the stage for one of history's most resilient nations. In the late 1700s, Poland was surrounded by 3 hungry empires: Russia, Prussia, and Austria. The 3 neighbors carved up Poland like a pie. Between 1772 and 1795, Poland was partitioned 3 times until it disappeared completely. For 123 years, Poland was gone, wiped off the map. And yet, it wasn't truly gone. The Polish people kept their language alive, their Catholic faith, their traditions. Underground schools secretly taught Polish history. Uprisings, though crushed, kept the flame of independence alive. Even without a state, Poland refused to die. Then, in 1918, after World War I and the collapse of the empires that had partitioned it, Poland was reborn. The Second Polish Republic appeared like a phoenix, proving once again that erasing a border doesn't erase a nation. But Poland's nightmare wasn't over. In September 1939, Adolf Hitler invaded from the west. Just 17 days later, Joseph Stalin invaded from the east. 2 of history's most brutal regimes crushed Poland between them. Warsaw was bombed into rubble. Millions of civilians suffered. Yet resistance never stopped. The Polish underground became one of the most organized resistance movements in Europe. Fighters sabotaged rail lines, assassinated Nazi officials, and even staged the legendary Warsaw Uprising of 1944. Polish pilots fought in the Battle of Britain. Polish soldiers stormed Monte Cassino in Italy. Even when occupied, Poland fought back. The land was conquered, but the people refused to surrender. There's another side to Poland's story. For invading armies, Poland often became less a prize and more a trap. Napoleon swept across Poland on his way to Russia in 1812. But the vast plains that made it easy to invade also became impossible to supply. His grand army was shattered in the Russian winter, and Poland became one of the graveyards of his empire. A century later, Hitler repeated the mistake. The conquest of Poland seemed quick in 1939, but holding it was another matter. Suppression drained German resources. And when Operation Barbarossa launched in 1941, Germany used Poland as its invasion corridor into Russia, only to collapse in the same endless plains that had doomed Napoleon. Poland, in a way, became the empire breaker. You could march across it, you could occupy it, but you could never hold it without paying a terrible price. So why does Poland always come back? The answer lies not just in geography, but in the spirit of its people. Polish identity was forged in resistance. Catholicism became a unifying force. Folklore, literature, and even secret education kept the nation alive during the partitions. During World War II, children risked their lives to distribute underground newspapers. Resistance fighters carried out assassinations in the heart of Warsaw. Even crushed uprisings became legends of defiance. And in the Cold War, Poland again led the fight, this time against Soviet domination. The Solidarity movement in the 1980s, led by Lech Wałęsa, helped ignite revolutions across Eastern Europe. Once again, Poland was at the center of history, invaded, occupied, oppressed, but never truly defeated. Today, Poland's geography hasn't changed. It's still flat, still exposed, still a corridor between East and West. But Poland is no longer defenseless. It is a NATO member, shielded by Article 5, meaning an attack on Poland is an attack on all 31 NATO states. Its military is modernizing rapidly. Abrams tanks from the US, South Korean K-2 tanks, HIMARS rocket systems, Patriot missile batteries, and F-35 stealth fighters. By 2030, Poland is expected to have the largest tank fleet in Europe. Instead of being Europe's soft underbelly, Poland has turned itself into NATO's frontline fortress. Its flat plains, once a curse, now serve as a staging ground for defense against threats from the east. So why does Poland keep getting invaded, but never defeated? Geography explains part of it. Flat terrain, no barriers, a permanent invitation to invaders. But the true answer lies in the people. No empire, no matter how powerful, could erase Poland's spirit. The partitions failed, the Nazis failed, the Soviets failed. Poland always came back. Its geography makes it easy to conquer. Its culture makes it impossible to kill. Poland is more than lines on a map. It is proof that a nation is not defined by its borders, but by the will of its people. And that is why Poland refuses to stay dead. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Poland's story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more geopolitical insights, and tell us in the comments, which country should we cover next?